Hi guys, my name is Stephanie Murray. I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I'm excited to be on this call with you all today. Just keeping it real, I'm coming to you live from my closet because that is where I can have a moment of peace away from my boys to share a little bit of knowledge with you tonight. I was asked to share my story first, so I'll jump into that and then I'll go right into training. So I started Plexus in January of 2014, so I just hit my 2-year anniversary at the end of last month, and it was a wild ride, really. I started just for the wholesale discount. I had seen my friend Erica posting on Facebook about this pink drink. She had energy, she was losing weight, and I desperately needed to lose weight, and I desperately needed some energy because I was working full-time, really more than full-time, oftentimes 50 to 60-hour weeks, and I had a 3-hour commute round trip on top of that every day, and 2 young children, a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. So needless to say, I definitely needed the energy and I needed to lose some weight. And so I decided to try it, and I told Erica that I wasn't going to tell anybody about this pink drink, that, I just wanted to get it for the cheapest price. And when my stuff arrived, I sent her a picture of it, and she said, "Why don't you post that on Facebook?" So I didn't think anything of it because I shared everything else about my life on Facebook, and I posted a picture. And I posted a picture the next day that I was drinking it, and immediately people were interested, and that was really the launch of my business, even though I didn't really realize it at the time. Quickly, the light bulb clicked. I was listening to some calls, some training calls, reading some stuff on the team pages, and found the compensation plan, and when I saw that, I really realized what I had my hands on, and so really quickly, I jumped in and started really working the business, and realized that this could bring me home to be with my boys so that I wouldn't have to be commuting and working and missing their lives. And so in 11 months, I reached the rank of Emerald Ambassador. And now my whole goal is to help as many people as I can reach their ultimate goals and dreams. So with that, I want to share with you all tonight on the subject of putting the network in network marketing. So a lot of times we jump into this business. Some of us, like myself, we end up in this business almost by chance or mistake, or not really an intentional decision. And we realize, or you may not even realize, that you have this network of people, a network of friends and people that are watching your life on social media and are interested in your life for whatever reason. You've connected with them over some period of time and built a relationship. And the business of network marketing is all about leveraging those relationships in order to build a business. And we do that just by sharing Plexus on Facebook and in person and that sort of thing. But really what sets the amateur network marketer apart from the professional network marketer is the fact that they realize that they'll never run out of people. There are so many people in this world, and that we, as a professional network marketer, you intentionally go out and grow that network of people. So we all start somewhere. Some of us might start with an incredible network that's, just hundreds of people strong, and you have great influence with people. And some of us might start with a smaller influence and a smaller network of people. But no matter where you start, I would encourage you that today, no matter where you are, that today you start intentionally growing your network, because that's what this business is all about. And that's what separates the amateur from the professional. So when I talk about growing your network, I really want to talk about 3 different ways to do that. The first way, I'll run down all 3, and then I'll give you a little breakdown of each one. So we have daily networking. These are just terms that I kind of call them. So daily networking, networking groups, and lifestyle networking. So daily networking, that's simply wherever you are on a daily basis. So most of us women are probably at least once or more a week at the grocery store. So that's a great place to be exposing yourself to different people and meeting new people. And if you're intentionally doing that, then you're meeting new people. Wherever else that you go on a regular basis, that could be even traveling if you travel. Not even on a regular basis, but just anytime you're traveling, that's a great networking opportunity. Going to the coffee shop if you still drink coffee, that type of thing. So places that you go that you frequent on a regular basis, maybe your kid's soccer game, etc. But I tend to think of this daily networking group of people as people that you're never going to see again. It's kind of a one-time shot that you've got to connect with these people and gain their information and pass yours along. So I've done a couple of training videos, and I don't want to make this training too long. So feel free to go to my YouTube and look up some of the videos that I've done on how to talk to those types of people that you'll never see again. I really would encourage you to be very blunt and straightforward after you've built some rapport with them through some sort of conversation, that you jump right in and nail down a one-liner that feels comfortable with you, something to the effect of, hey, before I go, I've got to run, but I work with people just like you, and I help them to build an extra stream of income, whatever that is, whatever you feel comfortable saying. Is that something you might be interested in? And then when they say yes, you get their information. You might hand over your business card, but really the most important thing is that you give them your information, and then you move on, because those are people that you're only ever going to see that one time, unless God has some other plan to weave your paths together again. But that is what I would consider daily networking. So the top tip there is to get good at that one-liner. And again, I've done some other trainings on that. So make sure you go look for that stuff. All right. The second way that I want to talk to you about is networking groups. So networking groups, you can find these all over the place. They're all over the country, and they range from small, like privately run, sometimes they're more like moms groups type things, to nationwide groups that they're, BNI, those types of things. They're bigger groups. They might cost, usually these networking groups cost something to attend. And again, there's small ones that are just, $10, $20 a month, to these big ones that are several $100s a year. And I think there's pros and cons for both of them. I've participated in lots of different networking groups. In fact, that was one of the things that I immediately jumped in with very early on in my journey. So I feel like I've had a great experience with those networking groups. However, I wouldn't go into a networking group with the idea or the thought that, like, this is going to be my gold mine. I'm going to find so many people. I'm going to sponsor people from these networking groups. They're going to send me all sorts of referrals, et cetera, et cetera. I wouldn't go in with it with that expectation. When you're going to a networking group, I think the number one thing that you can walk away with from going to that networking group is great practice in talking to people about the business and your products. Because typically when you're going to a networking group, they have some sort of structure where you're going to get maybe a 30-second commercial time or a 3-minute time each time that you go, in order to present your business and your products and that sort of thing to people. So again, I think the number one thing that you get from networking groups is that practice time in talking to people. And of course, some of these groups, they do require that people send you referrals and you send other people referrals. And so they can lead to prospects and sponsoring people. And in fact, I have sponsored people from networking groups. However, I just, that expectation should not be that I'm going to just join a bunch of networking groups and spend all my time there, and hopefully I'll get something like amazing out of it and go emerald. But that's probably not likely, but they are a great place to get some practice. Now, the third way that I want to talk to you about growing your network is what I like to call lifestyle networking. So lifestyle networking is doing anything that you are passionate about, that you might have some sort of interest in, where you also have the opportunity to meet other people. And this could be even something, if maybe you're so think about activities that you like to do, maybe something that you used to love and you haven't done in forever because you've had kids and you're working and you're just too busy and it fell to the wayside and you didn't make time for it. Maybe it's a group exercise or something that's naturally group driven, like a sport or something like that. Or maybe you're more somebody that likes to do painting and art and stuff that's typically an individual type activity. So whatever it is that interests you, I want you to go out and seek out groups of people, because they're all over everywhere. There are groups of people that find each other and do those types of things together. Now, I think a really great resource for finding those types of groups is meetup.com. It's free to join, and you can search for groups in your area based on interest, whatever interests you. And there's tons of groups and tons of stuff on Meetup that you can find that will target what you're interested in. So when you're looking for this lifestyle networking, you're looking for something that already interests you. So then you're going to find a group of people that are like-minded, that you already have something to connect over. It's not a stranger at the grocery store that you're like trying to strike up a conversation with and figure out their why and figure out what motivates them in the 30-second conversation. Instead, you're already going to a place where you might be a little bit more comfortable because you already know that you and the person next to you have at least one common interest that you can talk about. And from there, you can start to build a relationship with that person. So when you're choosing this type of group and looking for ways to do some lifestyle networking, I think the most important thing is that you choose something where finding the perfect prospect or finding a gold mine of prospects would be simply a bonus, that you would go and do this thing and you would be filled up. You would walk away fulfilled. Your cup would be overflowing because you've done something that you enjoy. And then meeting those people is just an extra added bonus. So I would love to go on and on and on, but I don't have all night with you all. So I hope that gives you some ideas, sparks some thought processes on ways that you can start growing your network. And again, I really encourage you to start doing this now. Look for ways to connect with people on a daily basis where you're going, to the grocery store or Starbucks, that sort of thing. Seek out some networking groups if you want some extra practice on, talking to people about the business. It never hurts. I still like to go to networking groups and practice talking about Plexus. And then I think most importantly, seek out at least one lifestyle networking opportunity, something that would fill your cup, even if it's something you're doing on a monthly basis, maybe once a month or once a week if you can swing it and find a babysitter, or do something like a mom's group if you've got kids and you can't find a babysitter, but connecting with other people that are like-minded, that have some sort of common interest with you. And if you start now, then you're going to be able to start sowing those seeds and reaping the harvest later. So there's always that law of the harvest. You have to sow now so that you can reap later. So don't expect to walk into any of these type of ways to grow your network and think that tomorrow you're going to, immediately start growing this network of amazing people. It's going to take time and commitment and effort, but you all can do it. So with that, I thank you all for joining me this evening, and I hope you have a great day. Go Plexus.